Yeah, and another guy that's going to have a big impact. You already mentioned transfer portal. I don't know if you were a fan of the transfer portal before, but you got to be now landing a guy like Matthew Wood. Where do you see him slotting into the group? Like, how do you see him fitting in coming fresh?
Well, I'll get on Matthew, but right now that's probably how we put the puzzle together with our depth. It's going to take us some time to do that. And a lot of times, trial and error, try lines, see what fits together, play a handful of games, juggle some things up. And we're going to figure that out. And that's what we have to do. We have to put this puzzle piece together. And however we choose to start it, I have a feeling a month from now it's going to look different, but they're going to dictate how that goes together. But, was able to see, Matthew on film. Obviously, we got reports on him, but now we've been on the ice with him, and every day he's taking a step forward and getting more confident and comfortable. That's probably a better word to use, because you come into the environment. But he's a big, strong athlete, and he takes everything to the hole. You can see that he's got offense in his game. And if he continues to, just in the 2 weeks we've been going at it, if he continues to grow like we've been watching, he's got the chance to be just a tremendous player for us.
Is it weird having a Canadian on the roster next year?
We got a couple goals. We had a goalie this last year.
I suppose with close. Yeah. I don't know. I don't connect the goalie sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes they don't count. We don't count them either. So it's it's interesting. I mean, back when we played was one of the first years where like Potolny came from Grand Forks, so technically not a Minnesotan, and we had Peter Kennedy come in. So there's been times in the Gopher history where players are come in and represent other places. So yeah, it's weird to think about because it's kind of ebbed and flowed, but I'm sure the guys will welcome him with open arms. He might receive a few jabs here and there. But it is interesting to see because we consistently have all the Minnesota players, which is kind of cool that it's still continuing.
Yeah, but I mean, what kind of impact is a guy like Matthew Wood going to have on this roster?
Yeah, I mean, talking about your top end caliber players, to be alongside the likes of Jimmy Snuggerud, and depending where coach decides to put him, obviously. But yeah, like we haven't really used the portal that much because usually we have like the players that we have, and it's just changed the landscape with basically the free agency now, where you almost have to compete a little bit to make your roster better. And that seemed kind of like a no-brainer as far as somebody, I think I'm just speaking for myself, not the rest of the coaching staff, but to be able to bring in Wood and have an immediate impact to the team.